what is the stock market doing? What is happening, investors? It is your boy Jack. I am not a financial advisor. I got the clothing line to prove it. Everything is 20% off until 11:59 Pacific time today. But today we have to speak about the stock market as a whole and what is going on. I mean, yesterday was the worst day in the stock market that we've seen in a long time, and potentially that a lot of people have ever seen. The Dow Jones down nearly 3%, the Nasdaq down nearly 5%, the S&P 500 down nearly 3.5%. It was a horrific day. I mean, literally, it was hard to find a single company that was in the green. That is how bad it was. So today I just want to speak about it a little bit. If I'm going to do anything differently, if I'm going to sell anything, if I'm going to buy anything, if I'm worried, just a little bit about what my plan is. But the first thing I want to say, guys, is that this was absolutely inevitable. The run-up we have been on as of late has been disgustingly insane across pretty much every single sector in the world. We're seeing massive companies like Apple drop over 8% yesterday. We saw Tesla go down 9%. All of these massive market cap companies getting destroyed. And I mean, obviously we don't like to see it, but at the same time, this is very healthy price action. Stocks, sadly, don't only go up. Every now and again, they're going to have to come back down. Now, we are going into a long weekend. The markets are going to be closed Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. I think this is coming at a fantastic time, okay? It is going to give people a lot of time to cool off, to gather themselves. With this amount of panic in the market, the best thing we can do is not have the ability to be able to buy or sell stocks. Everybody just needs to calm down a little bit, you know, and just reevaluate things. But anyway, guys, right before we get into the video, can I please ask you to smash that juicy like button, as it really helps me in the channel out so much. I really would appreciate it. If you're new around here, hit that juicy red subscribe button, people. Join the family. What are you waiting for? And please do drop me a comment down below as well. Just let me know how you feel about the whole situation. With that being said, guys, let's get into it. So, I am recording this video about 10 minutes before the markets go open, and I'm doing that on purpose so that we can see what happens when they actually open up. But look, Thursday's close. As I said, the Dow down nearly 3%, the Nasdaq nearly 5%, and the S&P about 3.5%. Literally the worst day so many people will have seen ever, or in a very long time at least. Pre-market as of right now, S&P up 0.25%, Nasdaq down 0.7%, and the Dow up 0.6%. If we go to some of the companies I'm getting asked about the most right now, Tesla, we were trading horrifically pre-market, now we're actually up to 1.5% in the green. Our baby workhorse, similar story, 1.5%. Apple stock, a negative 8% day yesterday. We're just barely in the green. I still don't know what I think is going to happen today, people. It could go either way. And highly on, guys, Shell stock down 5.42% after that horrific day we saw yesterday. Now I want to bring you guys on a journey back in time a little bit. We're looking at the S&P 500 yearly chart. So the OGs on this channel will remember this, okay? This is when I started investing. It was literally, I believe it was the 28th of February. In less than a month, okay, the S&P 500 had gone down very close to 25%. My first day of trading, I believe I dropped somewhere around the realms of 6%. My portfolio, around the same time the S&P was at its all-time lows, was also down very close to 24%. My first month in the stock market was horrific, but in a weird way, that was actually a good thing. Because now I see something like this happening. You know, I see a day yesterday where a lot of people lost 3, 4, 5, even close to 10% depending on what companies they were in. And I mean, I've been through it once already. I was down 25% in less than a month. Did I sell a single stock then? Not one. Did I remain cash heavy? Yes. Did I buy more companies than dollar cost average? Yes. And did it pay off? Most certainly, yes, okay? Right now, from the bottoms, the S&P 500 is up over 54%, people. So although technically I got into the market at a very bad time, it taught me an awful lot of lessons that otherwise could have taken me years to learn. I learned that you cannot be emotional in this game, okay? You cannot let a red day scare you off. I see it so often, you know, people are begging for a pullback. I mean, let's speak about Hyliion. Amazing run up from this company lately. I mean, we went from $20 odd all the way up over $50, $55 even. People were quite literally on their knees begging for a pullback and an opportunity to get into this company. Yesterday it dropped 9.18%. Today pre-market is down 5.5%. The market opens in a few minutes. This is literally what people were asking for, and it doesn't just go for Hyliion, it goes for every single company out there. How often have you been looking at a company and thought, I missed out, it's after going on too much of a run up? A lot of people thought that with Hyliion at $27, okay? It went up another 100% from there. Tesla stock. This is one that I missed out on. I ended up buying into Tesla at about $1,700 a share. I initially wanted to buy Tesla around $600-700 a share. But I missed out because I thought it had already gone up in value too much. it's too late for me to get in. So just start asking yourself that question. What companies have you been doing lots of due diligence into that you want to get involved in, but you've thought they're just a little bit too overvalued? They're the companies you should be heavily considering buying now or even early next week. The next thing I want to show you is the Nasdaq 6-month chart, okay? This is something I threw into my private Discord group earlier on. Let's just have a look at all of the dips, okay? Obviously, we have the massive one. Then we went on this 36+% recovery in a matter of a week. Then over the span of 2 days, we saw a 7.2% dip. We proceeded to fly back up in value another 20%, and we proceeded to lose 6%. We went back up in value, we lost 5%. We went back up in value, okay, we get to here, we lost 5.6% in a day. Or what? We went up in value again, then we lost a few percent in a day. Now we've been going up in value, and what just happened yesterday? We lost about 5%. I mean, guys, this isn't the first time this has happened. This literally happens all of the time. This is just one part of the market. It really is that simple. There is always going to be these corrections and these pullbacks, people, and that's just something you're going to have to get used to. If a 5 to 10% red day, whether it's in the broader market or it's in a specific company, really scares you that much, stock investing is not going to be a fun journey for you, because you are going to experience that many times, guys. And if we go to the max stock chart, look, the trend line is obviously up, but there is loads of dips. Okay, so the market just opened. It wasn't as bad as a lot of people expected. Nasdaq's actually up 0.25%. Keep in mind, this is literally the minute the market has opened. S&P is up 0.23%, and the Dow Jones up 0.5%. I mean, happy days, it's literally a green day. So that's the first thing I really want to get out there from the start, people. These dips are literally always going to happen, and you are going to have to be okay with that if you want to be a long-term investor. It really is that simple. So the market's been open a few minutes. Pretty much everything is up 0.5%. My portfolio is actually up over 1.5% in 3 minutes. It's fine. Workhorse up 4.5%. I said in my private Discord group earlier, this is the only company I would have felt confident buying today. Even Tesla stock up nearly 3.5%. The thing about the market, guys, okay, is when things are going good, people don't really pay that much attention. Their money slowly but surely goes up. Everybody's really happy. But as soon as there is a bad day, that's it. Everybody loses it. I think the reason is that usually the bad days are more exaggerated than the good days. Now, let me give you guys some advice. I'm going to bring up Hyliion again, because from our recent highs, we're still down over 17%. And lots of people have been asking me, am I selling positions or am I trimming down? The answer is no, people. Now, if anything changes, of course I'll let people know. I'm a long-term investor. My cost basis is $20.98. We peaked at $58.50. I didn't sell a single share because I have done my due diligence. I have done my research. I believe in the company. I understand the up and coming growth catalysts. I'm not going to sell just because a lot of people are getting scared. That's not what investing is to me. If you've done your research and you've done your due diligence, which is what I preach so heavily on this channel, you should be okay. And today, yesterday in particular, would have been the best buying opportunity you've had in a long time. And just like that, Hyliion's back in the green after being in the red 5% pre-market all day. So that's lesson number one. Just believe in yourself. Believe in your analysis, your due diligence. Don't let emotion take over. If you believe in the company, you should be okay. It really is that simple, people. The next thing I want to speak about is this is why it's important to be diversified. Now, I mean, that might sound rich coming from me, considering a very large portion of my portfolio is in EV. But again, I think I have a much higher risk tolerance than a lot of people. I don't care if I have a 10% swing up or down on a daily basis, to be completely honest. If that is something that bothers you, be diversified. I mean, buy into loads of different sectors that you understand. If you want the maximum growth though, be ready to be heavily hit by these red days. And the next thing I want to say is always have cash on the sidelines. Never have all of your money in the market. I'm still sitting on at least probably 40% cash right now, and I've started investing way heavier than I ever have. Because I can take advantage in times like these. If I see something that I think is a really good deal, I can go ahead and get involved. If you have all of your money tied up in the market, then when something bad happens, you can't buy anymore and you just have to watch your positions going down, and that isn't fun for anyone. One thing I want to show you guys that will potentially lead to some of the green that has happened today, and should potentially lead to more green in the future. Payrolls increased by nearly 1.4 million as the unemployment rate tumbles. Non-farm payrolls increased by 1.37 million in August, and the unemployment rate tumbled to 8.4% as the US economy continued to climb its way out of the pandemic downturn. So obviously we're still not in a good place whatsoever, but it has literally been getting better and better every single month, people. The unemployment rate was by far the lowest since the bad old Roni shutdown in March. An alternative measure that includes discouraged workers and those holding part-time jobs for economic economic reasons also fell down to 14.2% from 16.5% in July and 22.8% at the peak in April. Things have gotten so much better than where we were only at the end of March and in April. And honestly, under normal circumstances, I think this would have led to a much bigger green day, but there is so much else that's moving the market right now, it's not even funny. So guys, do we have to be worried about what happened yesterday? No, it is a normal part of the market's life cycle and you're going to have to get used to it at the end of the day. So I'm actually recording this last part on the camera so that you can see me in full screen. The key takeaways to take away from what happened yesterday. Diversification is important, guys, especially if you cannot handle those swings. Me personally, most of my portfolio is EV and big tech, so I got hit extremely hard yesterday. Now it doesn't faze me because I know that when you're in those two industries in particular, the red days are going to be worse and the green days are going to be better. But if that's not something that you personally can handle, make sure to be considerably more diversified. There are many sectors out there that offer great growth returns, and there are also many sectors out there that can be safer than your big tech and your EV plays. The other thing is, don't have all of your cash in the market. As I said earlier on in the video, I am still quite cash heavy, and I do think it's a good idea to be right now considering the times we live in. I can happily enough go pick up anything that I want to today after the discounts that we saw yesterday. And that is a position you always want to be in. You always want to have the cash on the side to buy stocks when they are a better price, a price that you are very happy to buy at. The next one is just to believe in yourself. There is a reason I preach due diligence and doing your own research so much on this channel. It is because if you do all of those things and you ultimately decide, you know what, I really like this company, I want to invest in them, well then a day like yesterday shouldn't matter, okay? Apple down 8%. Did their fundamentals change? No, not a thing about them changed. Tesla, did their fundamentals change? No. A lot of the companies that got hit really hard yesterday, nothing changes about them, and a lot of them have upcoming growth catalysts. These days are always going to happen. If you invest in companies that you don't fully believe in or don't fully understand, you will be the person who sells. And sometimes that'll work out for you, and sometimes you will watch your investment where you sold at a small loss go up hundreds and hundreds of percents. Always do your research and due diligence, people. Believe in the investments that you make. Don't get too emotionally involved or too ignorant in regards to them, but don't panic sell either. And guys, that is really what I wanted to get across in today's video. So if you have watched until the end of the video, you, my friend, are a true legend and I really do appreciate you. If you would like to join a community of over 600 people, click the first link in my description. You will be brought to my Patreon page, sign up, get access to my full Discord. It is constantly active. A lot of us were in there yesterday speaking about what we thought of the day. You know, a lot of people saying that they're buying or maybe they're trimming positions. It's just a good place to be to chat with some investors. And you will also be updated as soon as I decide to buy or sell anything ever. So yeah, if you did enjoy the video, guys, please hit that juicy like button for me. Subscribe if you're new around here. We're like this close to 30,000 subs. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day. I will see you for the next video. Peace.